Happy Halloween. Hello everybody and welcome to this amazing Let's Discuss of Dead by Daylight. Today, I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm going to defend face camping. Dear God help me. Already a discussion devouring itself in its own stupidity, camping has been brought up way too much for far too long, but I couldn't sit silent and watch a large audience pick up influence regarding camping, at least not again. Just a day ago, prior to my video today, I saw that Hybridpanda released a video regarding an experiment for face camping. The results were not as I would have expected, as there were some slight oversights onto what actually experimenting with face camping should have been, and instead he challenged the mindless face camping to see what it would be like for him to do it himself. Before I get into this discussion, understand that I do not hate nor wish to push any kind of hate towards this content creator. Instead, I just want to give criticism and feedback for the experiment he attempted, and to attempt to shed light onto his questions while also making observations about his experiment and how it failed in my eyes. So let's take a peek at what Hybridpanda wanted to experiment with and talk about the methods he used and the results he got.
So today, I think we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to try face camping versus not face camping. So because we're going to be doing some face camping, we don't really need to take any perks that care about generators or any of that crap. All we're going to take knockout so that their friends can't see them knocked down, brutal strength for kicking shit, enduring for taking stuns, and insidious. Seems about right. Let's go.
So here was the first issue I saw with the experiment. If we were to attempt to see if the point gain was any less than just normally playing, then we should at least attempt to capitalize on the strategy we are going to use. And since we're not hunting for our opponents, we need to slow down the generator progress through certain perks. Hybridpanda instead intentionally avoided them and used some questionable camping perks. He should have used Thanaphobia or Ruin to help slow down the progress of generators. For example, why also use Knockout when we'll be hooking them immediately and going Insidious? It seems more like a waste of a perk since they'll learn the location of our victim once we hook them, and we will not be slugging anyone. Especially since later in the video he ignores a very potential slug setup even with his set he went out with. Face camping is not always the practice of remaining at the hook face to face, but instead is an effort to prevent anyone from making a save. Just because we are going to face cam does not mean we should intentionally shy away from points. However, I cannot defend mindless face camping. Without any form of strategy, any style of play will be lacking in both points and victory. Please don't take this the wrong way. I don't like face camping myself. I never do it unless it's to test or experiment for something myself. However, the reason I'm defending it here is not because I want a toxic style of play to be used, but instead to broaden our understanding of different styles of play. This may not be a strategy Hybridpanda or myself would want to use or we consider fun. However, this might fit someone else's play style as killer, and it might be fun for them. Sometimes placing the bait and waiting for the catch is more fun than an active hunt full of pallet looping. It just depends on the person. I will, however, say that mindless face camping is absolutely toxic, and I believe in condemning that over everything. But I do not believe that condemning someone who face camps to gain a strategical advantage against your team is a bad thing. If they face camp you to get you to a certain health point, if they face camp you to prevent your friends who are right around the corner from making that save, it's a smart play, and that is why you would do it.
I'll get face camp, but doing it myself is definitely a new experience for me. Hello, Meg. What are you doing? And he's gone. Alright, onwards with the hunt.
So when he face camps his first victim, he sits there with a single generator completed, and between the time of him standing there and Dwight dying, only one other generator is completed. He cut the entire bit in between, likely because it was boring and I really don't blame him, but we failed to see some interesting aspects of what happened in the experiment right here. How many visitors did he have that came by for the save? We saw that Meg, but could she really have been the only one who stopped what they were doing to come for that save? The amount of generators that were done was extremely concerning, as a single survivor being faced camp is enough for the 3 remaining survivors to get an entire generator each and even a small portion of the next if they knew about the face camping right off the bat. This brings concern because only 2 generators are done by the time one person is dead, and this is why face camping can be used. The small factors in play here seem boring for the killer as he does nothing but stand there, but the interesting aspects of this experiment are a little overlooked. Why didn't the survivors accomplish generators knowing he was insidious camping? Is that due to lack of knowledge, lack of skill? It should be a common knowledge by now that when an insidious camper is there, everybody should rush the generators. Even if everyone made a visit to save someone off the hook, they all knew at that time he was standing there with no terror radius, and it should have been very clear he was camping.
And that's the second person hooked. As a person been trapped right there, I'm going to leave him alone. You can go free, Dwight. You can go free, because I'm sitting here. Hello. There we go. Blind me. Blind me as much as you like. We're just going to stand here. We're going to leave it. Don't struggle. It's going to be fine. And there goes number 2. Okay, well.
Victim number 2 is up, and we see the results are even sillier than they should be. Between the time of hunting another survivor, only 1 more generator was completed. The survivors at this point knew ahead of time that Hybrid was insidious camping, and he was not going to move. However, they still immediately went for altruism when there was enough time to complete 2 generators with 2 survivors remaining and both of them leaving unscathed. This is, again, a great example of survivors that are making bad plays through bad decisions. I have discussed this in my last video of discussions, link in the description down below, about how survivors cause camping. Even though Hybridpanda would not normally camp without this situation of his experiment, another player in this world can see this as a great opportunity to bait those who are too altruistic. And this is what I mean when I say I have to defend face camping. It worked. Strategically, it is not only killing the survivors, but it is pulling the others off the generators and causing them to waste time. But this is where mindless face camping comes into play, and another aspect of this experiment I did not like is present. As you can see, Dwight is trapped right behind him, yet because Hybridpanda made the decision to let him go, he actively avoided getting a good set of points right here. The results of the points we'll discuss at the end of his video, but here is where we're ignoring a practical application of strategy to see what it is like to mindlessly face camp. He could have likely wiped the entire team at this point by slugging Dwight and taking advantage of his knockout perk that he brought along, leaving Fang as the sole survivor to hunt down. Yet we're caught up so much in the bare bones thought of face camping that we are not truly going to give the strategy a fair chance, hence why I don't necessarily like this part of the experiment. It does not experiment with face camping to see if it is viable, but instead just takes bare bones idea of it and says it does not work.
Hello, Dwight. I'm sorry. I'm not going to let your friend go. Yeah, there you go. Off you pop.
After the third victim is secured, we see another poor play from Dwight, but another point-avoiding decision from Hybridpanda. Hybridpanda has done very well to demonstrate how it feels to mindlessly camp and never move. It is absolutely unfun, boring, and unintuitive. However, I've never seen someone stick so hard to face camping that they do it even when chasing off a final kill. The Dwight that ran away could have provided him a massive boost to points. You get a nice boost for killing all 4 survivors. You would have the brutality in hunting and the sacrifice points as well for the chase, and any deviousness for additional traps you would have set. I get that the idea of this was to just demonstrate face camping, just never moving, but I've never really seen it so static as this. And I agree with Hybridpanda that this style of face camping serves no point, no purpose, and is an absolute waste. But we shouldn't say that this style of face camping is the only type of face camping. You can insidious camp. I will show you later, but I've done it myself just to do a bit of experimenting on my own.
So once they add in the new multi-directional hooks, that'll mean that if I'm standing here, a survivor can come and rescue from here, I guess, maybe from here, which would be interesting, which would completely combat the face camp mechanic. It would completely stop you being able to block people from being rescued, which I guess is what they're going for, because face camping has been a thing in this game for the longest time, and people hate it. Anyway, 3 people are dead.
I love how Hybridpanda covers this. It's very important and we all should be aware of it, and it's an amazing update that's coming out. But it's not going to combat face camping as much as everyone thinks it will. You can still stand there as the killer and pull people off the hook. We've had kind of like a multi-directional save before, but you always make the save in the same location. The killer could not stop you. They had to just hit you or pull you off or make the attempt to do so. I think it's good that the play is there and available for a survivor to make the decision to try to save someone, especially with borrowed time there to help fight face camping. But face camping is still going to exist, it's still going to be a thing, especially if the doors are open and the survivor was downed and they're trying to get out. It's a damn shame that face camping is here, but I think it's intentional. I mean, developers could have just made it so the killer couldn't stop you or pull you off the hook, but they are allowing you to do so. They are allowing these actions to exist, and it's because in reality the killer should have the option to do this. It should be there to be more horrific. Is it fun? No. Is it always going to be? No, but the game was not designed to be fun. The game was designed to give you a horror experience, and if you were caught on a meat hook, that experience is your death, and it is coming. You have a fair chance to survive before you even get hooked by not being the first one caught. You choosing to go be altruistic is up to you. You don't have to be. These are all decisions that you are to experience throughout this game. That's what the developers want from you. It's what they intend. They want it to be viable, not to be the way to play, but a way to just play, an occurrence that can make interesting plays. So I'm very happy they're coming out with this, but I think we'll still see some forms of face camping, and it will not completely get rid of it.
Okay, so let's look at the tallies. The first game with face camping, we got 3 survivors, and we got 9,300 points. And this game, we killed 2 survivors, and we got 17,886 points. We had a bunch of fun. GG. The survivors don't hate us, I would imagine. And what's there to lose, you know? Why face camp? I mean, hopefully the directional hooks will remove face camping, but honestly, face camping, it just seems stupid. It seems boring, it seems pointless. Unless you're really a complete dickhead, I can't see why we would use this tactic.
For me, the point comparison is poorly done, as he makes active decisions in his experiment to hinder his point gain during the face camping session, and then optimizes his point gain through his normal play. Even in the second game, the survivors made very bad decisions and mistakes that ultimately fed him more points and gave him a pip victory when he should have walked away with a loss. So let's go over the questions and answer them in the best that I can so he can gain the understanding he is seeking. So the reason to face camp, which is his first question, is to perform a play style that is more of setting a trap than active hunting. The mindless face camping for sure is stupid, and only those who can't grasp strategy or are intentionally being dickheads would use it. Yet it seems that face camping has some practical application. Just because we do it once in a match does not mean you have to do it to every single survivor. Maybe you're setting up a mind game and making them think you're face camping with their Survive with Friends group so that when you get your second victim, they think you're going to stay there. Now you're actively hunting and they don't foresee the threat you've become. Maybe even bring barbecue and chili along to quicken the process of finding them and hunting them down to attempt multiple hooks. Not everybody loves a pallet loop, especially not me, but there's absolutely more here than we've observed. I think we should attempt to spice up our play a little bit. Again, I'm not saying we should sit here and do absolutely nothing and face camp everybody, but we should at least never fear the idea of remaining close to the hook to defend it from a survivor or to use it as a strategical bait. With that out of the way, I did my best to duplicate his experiment, but my goal was different. Since Hybridpanda wanted to focus on points and he plays 4 points, I attempted to play like he does and earn as many points as I can while still incorporating face camping. The video you're about to watch was recorded without knowledge that I'd be making this beginning discussion portion of the video, so please excuse me covering any of the material I already have or being very repetitive. I just tried to make a normal video just in case I didn't finish this discussion. So thank you and enjoy the show. Torment Creek at the Cold Wind Farm. Hello everybody and welcome to this amazing game Dead by Daylight. Today we're playing Trapper to respond to the idea that face camping, or well, not the idea, but just the face camping experiment by Hybridpanda. I'll link the video down below. In essence, oh, found you right off the spot. Oh man, lucky me, right? Anyways, as I was trying to say, I would like to respond to the video because I don't believe that face camping was portrayed in a proper light. So he goes to say that he does not feel face camping is fun. It's his opinion. Absolutely. I agree with that. It isn't fun. But he doesn't say it's viable. He condemns the idea, doesn't know why people would do it, and he doesn't care for winning. And that confuses me a little bit, but that's for another story, I suppose. So what we're doing is just setting up a couple traps here, and we're gonna go and face camp. Now, why we're doing this, let me just get right up in there so they can't save you, is I'm here to prove you can indeed use face camp. Oh. You can use face camping as a strategic methods here. You can bait people to come to you. You can use it as ways to guarantee that person does not get away. You can begin chase and force people's altruisms to counteract what they're going for. And I'm not going to give them points. But the reason that he plays is a bit different than what, you know, everyone else plays, or well, maybe not. Maybe I play differently. But somebody plays differently, and the idea of face camping isn't exactly just sit there until, you know, they die. It's, ooh, I missed that one by just a smidge. Oh, you kind of goofed that one, girly. There we go. Face camping has purpose. It's not always just sit there and ignore everything. It has a strategy to it. Do people use it all the time as that strategy? No, absolutely not, they don't. But instead of telling people that face camping is wrong or bad, maybe we should encourage a proper method of play for face camping, you know? Instead of condemning actions, if you're gonna play Trapper and face camp, trap the area with your diamond bar and stitched bag, and good luck, kids. That's about all I'm gonna say. Alright, let's get to face camping. All we're doing is blocking the area so they can't sneak up on me. Go for the save, and she's choosing to let go. An optimal path for me. She also can no longer alert them that I'm still here. And I just can't move. I have to use the vision of my area around me. Now we're here to get point. There we go. He was actually gonna go over that, and he's going over that. Perfect. Done. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 600 points for the catch. She's going for the save, so we're gonna walk over there. Hope someone goes over that. No. And we just started all over again. Hi. I'm gonna re-trap this area. Again, just because, you know, you're choosing to face camp doesn't mean you do it mindlessly. Even though they went for that pretty quick. You little bastards. You little bastards. So we're looking for Dwight. So we're gonna put him back on a hook. You can run, but you can't hide. The altruism is unreal. And face camping comes with its own rewards, such as all this fine points. I gave her 1,000, but look at that. That's 100 points for me. Found somebody else. We can chase her off. 300 more points. And I haven't even picked him up yet to start the face camp. And she did. I think she saved Decisive Strike for me. Nope, she lost it. So either she's dead or... Oh, she's dead. Look at that. Would you look at that? How many points did I get off that? It's not my favorite playstyle personally, and I agree with Hybridpanda as far as face camping's not for me. To be fair, I've never done face camping myself. I always put myself in a position where I'm around the area, but never that close. Insidious face camping to me, which is another thing that kind of caught me off guard with this video, is just not the way to face camp. You typically want people to know you're there. But if you're gonna do Insidious, you gotta be smart about it. You gotta go for it. What are they jumping over there for? Oh. Ooh. Dodged me. Alright, where are you going? So I get the found points for finding her, knocking her ass down. Chase. Very minimal chase, but we get chase. Oh, we're gonna put you on the inside here. Because I think you're dead as well. With one generator to go, it don't matter. No, it'll kick in. I'll get another kill. This will help my rank. This will give me points. I've gotten quite a bit so far. And if none of them survive, that's even better. Not on that one. Where are my other gens? One in the center. They weren't there. One way out here. Okay. I could break that for a few extra points. Yeah, sorry, Claudette. Your spooky tree thing don't work on me, hon. You could run an assortment of face camping perks that ultimately help you kill. I mean, what's there to be afraid of, really? So she'll run that way. Puts her in a bad spot. I know where she's at. Really? You gonna try to heal with that little thing? Okay. Learned your lesson. Well, even though I could face camper right now, I sense something else. Again, just because I face camp doesn't mean I have to be mindless about this. I could get several types of points. Oh boy. And I'll be called a face camper, I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty face campy of me today. But in end, I want to see if I've gained the points that would make one happy. Because if I did, then it shows that face camping can make points if done with some intelligence behind it, not mindless. Mindless face camping I'll never condone. The idea of camping in general mindlessly should never be condoned. But I just double pipped from a face camp, be it the altruism, the lack of plays thereof. But yeah, no, face camping happened, and I think she's gonna hang around with me for a little bit. Oh no, it'll kill her. So I definitely got a lot of points. I've been running a diamond bar with it. Ooh, what? Oh man, right on top of the basement. Just ran some basic perks for me. Could have gotten a hundred more points, but let's see what I came up with in comparison to Mr. Panda. I really am curious. Because if I can get it to work, it's valid. If it gave me blood points, 17,000. So 17,347 with smart face camping, utilizing it in a way that not only helps me double pip, but also gives me comparable points to what Hybridpanda is looking for. It's still not the most optimal path, and I will not be incorporating this anytime soon for me, but if you're one of those people that wants to incorporate a bait and wait kind of playstyle, there you go, it does work. And to be honest, it only works when you're not mindless and just soul-suckingly dead about it. You've got to be active hunting even when you're standing still insidiously. The other aspect that Hybridpanda brings up is that people hate you for doing this, and it's true. I can't combat that. People hate you even if you camp, tunnel, or anything. People hate you if they lose. It depends on the person who's gonna hate you. I ain't gonna hate you for face camping me. I'm gonna tell you, good game. You caught me, you killed me. But if I prevented you from pipping, that's my own personal victory, and that's what I'm going for even if you face camp me. This all comes back to my last discussion of what we find is fun for us as a person. We all don't have to really find fun in what each other do, just as long as what we do is fun for ourselves. So with that, thank you. I want to thank Hybridpanda for making his video of his experiment and giving us the opportunity to see it from his eyes. In all honesty, even though I may disagree with how he ran his experiment was great at showing me another perspective, and I'm happy to have learned what I did from his video. In conclusion, I should admit that Dead by Daylight did release statistics of face camping and what it usually leads to, and that's the more you face camp or camp in general, the less points you have in blood points, but you are more likely to secure a win or at least a safety pip. But this doesn't take into consideration the mindless face camping versus any kind of strategic face camping. If people will refuse to give up face camping in general, maybe we could just teach them how to more actively hunt while face camping to help give us that fair save, that hope that we can help the person who's being face camped. It's not so soul-sucking, nasty, unfun, boring play. I do hope the swiveling hook does fix this, but again, my doubts are there. Thank you everybody for watching. Let me know what you think in the discussion down below. Links to everything down below. I'm losing my voice, and I'll see you all next time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and as always, good game.